Hi, everybody. Today we're going to look at the Nine of Pentacles. Basically, she's the Beyonce of the tarot deck. Independent living and probably sipping wine in a silk robe while her falcon runs her personal errands. What do you think about that, Jeff?
I think that that's a very interesting rendition because that is what's happening, but it explains so much more about the card than sometimes we get in readings. I find this card actually quite difficult, to be honest with you, only because it's very understated. And when we fall into the trap of putting money to it is when I think more of the idea of what a resource is for a woman is, or the exploration of that is undermined, because I think there's more going on than just that. And the other part of it too is the only thing I could come up with when I was researching this is that it's, ruled by Virgo. But beyond that, I didn't find any planetary correlation or anything like that. So yeah, I'll be very interested to explore this and to start this readjourn again with this.
Okay, and then also we have to remember the Pentacle suit is not only money and resources and the environment you live in. It's also the suit for health cards. So if you're reading on somebody's health, the Pentacles are important cards to get.
Okay. That I forgot.
Our Nine of Pentacles, she's the ultimate card of self-sufficiency, luxury, and enjoying the fruits of her labor. It's like hitting her own personal jackpot, not because of luck, but because she's worked for it. So you can't be envious of that person for having an easy life. They actually put down the groundwork and put their financial and surrounding plans in motion. Their house, their car, their environment, the kind of work that they do. They actually had a plan and stuck to it. And once we get to the 9, that really is the ultimate. Once you get to 10, then it's excess.
So the adornment of riches that you see in the 10, is that probably more? We don't have to answer this yet, but in this is, for all intents and purposes, practicality and good health and balance and all of that other stuff, if we're talking about health. But
yeah, well-rounded life, probably runs her lap or jogs or rides, does the treadmill or rides the bicycle, out walking the dog or whatever. Just a healthy lifestyle leads to this person's abundance. Plus a healthy work ethic. And I don't know if people talk about work ethics anymore. Do you talk about work ethics, Jeff?
Not really. I mean, only insofar as if there's corruption or if I see that there's a lack of ethics. So you make a valid point. So I guess yes. And I think there's an idea to this card too of an Earth Mama, someone that probably has attained that level of personal satisfaction too, but is very much entrenched in what she needs to do to maintain not a certain lifestyle per se, but life growth. sustenance, sustainability, self-sustenance or self-growth.
I would say that she's probably visited the Empress, and the Empress has blessed her.
I would say that. Yeah, I would definitely say that.
And welcome, viewers. We love lurkers, but we also love participants that come in and say hi to each other, say hi to us. If you don't know my guest, this is Jeff from Tarotaskbackwords. He is an accomplished writer and author of poetry. He's got 2 published books, Some Good Writ and Speaks for Itself. And the links for that are in the show description. Just go out and hit more, and you'll see the links to get those on Amazon. He also has a Kindle book, spoken word book, right?
For each of the books, for each of the 2. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you got the second one finished. Mm-hmm. Where have I been? Where have I been for 11 weeks? I celebrate nearly getting healed by going on a cruise, and then on the last day coming home, something as innocent as scraping my tennis shoe across my shin broke it wide open. So the foot doctor says, "Good thing you're totally healed from the surgery. Bad thing is I can't let you shower yet." So I'm really wanting to get into a shower. It's been a long road with hoe baths.
Well, I mean, it's taking care of yourself on one level, but it's taking better care of yourself not to go in if it's against doctor's orders and you could hurt yourself. So
right, and especially on the cruise and the seawater, because there are microbes and bacterias and stuff that somebody with diabetes really can't fight off. You know, if you're not totally healthy, you know, your immune, it is a metabolic immune disease. So I did try as best I could to take care of myself on the cruise. I tried to limit the sweets, have good healthy meals, not eat in excess. I did have a little soft serve cone, you know, every other day.
You got to treat yourself because.
But I only did that like right in the morning after they filled the machines up, before the little kids got there and started on the spigot of the machine. I saw so many things that would have turned a health officer livid on that cruise ship. The abundance of everything on that ship was vast and great and expansive, but yet the patrons were very wasteful. I saw one table of 4 people go to the buffet line and go to the dessert section, and they all piled plates, 2 plates full. I mean, piled. They had 1 cookie off the top, got up and left. So there's 8 plates of heaping desserts just sitting there. And when the carnival worker got there to bust the table, you could tell it wasn't his first time at the rodeo, but I heard the eyes roll and hit the floor in the back of his head. So along with having that abundance, and you got to be a good steward of it, to take care of it and keep it around, and choose your friends wisely, because some people will come to your party and take the toilet paper out of the bathroom, basically.
That used to happen where I used to work, actually. People would come and take the toilet paper out of there.
Yeah, don't ever go to a public restroom at the end of the month. You know, people are. There is no toilet paper.
We go in there.
Well, many businesses have gotten smart because now the roll of toilet paper is, you know, it's not your Charmin that'll fit in your roll holder at home. You know,
they've gotten hip to the game.
Yeah, and then they. I mean, toilet paper on a cruise is very thin, so it can biodegrade quickly because they have to process their own wastewater on the ship. So, you know, hi, Care Bear. Hey, Karen. Hope your little ones are giving you a break. Or if not, you're having fun with them. So the symbolism of this is she's in a vineyard, which represents the abundance and independence. The little falcon that she has, falcon, is for focus, discipline, and control over one's own life. And the grapes in the garden, wealth and the beauty of effort. So you have to honor your efforts and see the beauty of the work itself to appreciate what that brings. There is this little thing in the corner. It's a snail. Patience and progress. Looks like my dream last night, Jeff. Wrong gender, but it looks like my dream. So for our zodiac sign for the 9 of Pentacles, we have Virgo, and practicality and attention to detail. And the planetary association is Venus, luxury, beauty, and satisfaction. So that goes to make sense that she would have visited the Empress and been, hi, Jane, welcome. She would have been blessed by the Empress. And so with the Empress's tutelage, she was able to attain what she needed, be healthy and prosper in her endeavors and in her lifestyle.
Hi, Jane.
Do you have any keywords that you'd like to give for the upright 9 of Pentacles?
I think of adorn.
She's definitely in a nice regal gown.
Mm-hmm. And of course, adorn with, even though it's not, I mean, adorn with riches, adorn with it's dangerous to get into this as the practicality part, because just as quickly as you get into the practicality part of it, you go to the other extreme with the 10. So saying something like adorn, and then saying something like adorn with riches or wealth, adorn with experience, adorn. I mean, that doesn't sound right with the word.
I wouldn't say that she's adorned herself with jewelry or anything like that. She's adorned herself with class.
Right.
You know, she wears her beauty naturally, and she styles her hair and her clothes appropriately for a higher class. You know, not to say that she's better than anyone, but she certainly likes to make a nice appearance. I don't think this person would be caught going to Walmart in their curlers and their bunny slippers or anything like that. You know, and she might not even step into Walmart at all. She might go to Target or something. Hello, Miss Tarot D. Oh, talking about Miss Tarot D and adornment and jewels, we're noticing that she doesn't wear any jewelry, Misty. Where, on the other hand, when you wear jewelry, it just dazzles us. So our keywords for the upright Nine of Pentacles: independence, luxury, financial stability, self-reliance, and grace. And yes, she holds herself as a graceful lady. Oh, thank you, Miss Charity. I do appreciate not being hit with the channel ban already. Yeah, it's been 11 weeks since we've done this, and I am so out of practice. I feel like I'm just starting the whole channel all over. There was technical difficulties to begin with. Jeff was patient enough and waited about 15 minutes for me to get my computer rebooted and for it to install an update. I was spitting bullets over here.
I'd wait forever after the 11 weeks. I mean, the fact that you were counting 11 weeks means you were really excited about coming back.
Oh no, I put all 78 cards in my calendar, so I knew where we were supposed.
Oh my God, that's awesome!
If we were on track, this week would have been the 10 of Swords, and that would have been a hell of a card to come back to. There's the Hierophant murdered on the ground with 10 swords sticking right out of his back. They're not new. I just decided I better wear them after I did not take them on the cruise, and I couldn't read a thing with the amount of sugar and stuff that were in the system. So I took my medications and my insulin with me, but all it takes is just a little bit of excess to throw me off kilter. And tomorrow I have some lab work that I need to get done for my regular doctor and for the endocrinologist. Although they haven't found me a new endocrinologist since the last one has missed 3 appointments that I've showed up to at the office. One, she left me sitting an hour and 15 minutes in the patient area behind, and no updates or anything. And my ride called and said, are you done? I got to get out of here. So I just left. I mean, no update, no nothing. And then my next 2 appointments, of course, 2 months, you got to wait to get an appointment. And then the office didn't bother to cancel the appointment. She was not even there. It's a big clinic, so nobody knows what's going on. And I sat in the waiting room for 2 hours before I had to raise a big stink and cause a scene and say, when's my appointment? And they said, oh, they didn't check you in downstairs. Well, I checked in on the app. They have a Epic clinic app. And then she decided to go home because she didn't have any more appointments after me. So I was quite unreasonably pissed off. But it doesn't pay to live your life pissed off. You have a cruise, and you reset, and life's all good again. And then, hello, Pamela. Hello. Hi, Sharon. Thank you for posting links. When you get this card in a love and relationship reading, upright, it can indicate a strong sense of self before entering the relationship. Knowing what you want and who you are to begin with goes a long way in having healthy relationships. And it can signal thriving in singlehood and maybe not wanting to enter relationships because everything is there. or find a partnership where independence is still honored, where you don't have somebody that's checking in on you at all times. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? That's really grinding for relationships. Yeah, there you go. And the traditional one. In reverse love and relationship readings, it can indicate imbalances in the give or take of, or maybe even feeling trapped in a dependent dynamic. So codependent relationships or things like that, if it's reversed. Career and work readings. Upright, professional success through personal effort. Standing out as a top achiever. Setting those goals and achieving them. If it's reversed in a career reading, it can lead one to burnout and relying too heavily on others on your team at work. Like you're the slacker, or the bump on a barnacle. You know, there are those workers that are there for a paycheck but really don't contribute. But soon enough, they're either picked on by their coworkers and made to leave because they're not felt welcome, or management catches on. But usually it's the coworkers that take care of things before management gets involved. Financial readings. Upright is financial independence. Investments, family investments, or the savings payoff. Wise budgeting. So at the end of the year, your interest compounds and buys you more at the end of the year. Reverse in finances, struggling to manage your finances or pretending to have more than you do, putting on airs. I have nothing against people wanting to look as nice as they can. Some of us have, I wouldn't even say goodwill budgets, because Goodwill has priced themselves way out of, I would go to a mom and pop thrift store for stylish clothes or even costumery for myself. Whereas, this lady, she goes to Marshall's or Saks or something like that, an upscale, not your Goodwill, not your secondhand store. But Jane, you're not all about airs. You're all about Aries, but not airs. Yes. Yes, Goodwill is way too pricey. $3 for a holy t-shirt. I once heard a comedian say that he bought a set of 6 white shirts for work. And hello, Hershey.
Hi, everybody. I've been paying attention.
And since this person was in like one of the big East Coast cities, dry cleaning was very expensive. So he would just, after he dirtied his 6 shirts, he'd donate them to Goodwill, wait 3 days and buy them back. They would be all dry cleaned, pressed, and on hangers. And the cost at that time of rebuying them was cheaper than doing the dry cleaning. Let me shut my door. I see that Kitty's with you. Go ahead, talk amongst yourselves.
So,
What's up?
it's funny that this is
Your
the
daddy shut you
9.
out.
This card's about 9. And of course, 9 in the zodiac is September or that time of the year. So I'm wondering if that alignment is by accident or not, with Virgo, meaning
Watch out.
that the 9 is about understanding, but I mean, Care Bear would probably know this. The fact that the 9,
I was just trying to help you out, bro.
Virgo is like, like discernment or order or all of that stuff. It seems like it's a really good fit that it is a 9.
Ha ha ha. The
I
lady
mean, when I
She's.
Thanks, really.
Did he get right back up there, or did he let you carry him?
Yeah. No, he jumped right back up in my lap. I keep putting him down. He keeps jumping back up here.
The kitties, after being they were outdoor vagabonds for the week of the cruise, and Rhonda was there to greet us. Andy, I had to go out and whistle for, and I located him, and he was in a patio and had himself a nest to keep out of the elements. And I think he took about an hour to decide if he was going to forgive us or not and come back and grace us with his presence. But I was happy that I found him. I like had tears in my eyes. Because the newest kitten, Spade, did disappear. We hope he found a family with children, because apparently from the neighbors we talked to, that's where he came from, and the family up and moved a couple months prior to him coming to us. But no cat around here is going to go hungry, because there are plenty of people in the complex feeding animals outdoors, whether they have an animal or not, just out of the kindness of their heart. Well, Care Bear, I mean, we couldn't have a dog. We're not a family active enough to keep a dog healthy and walking it and being like Jeff, taking Braden out to the backyard and playing ball with him, walking him properly. We have a big community yard, so and he'd have a chance of running out in traffic, and we have a big busy boulevard in front of us, and I would feel terrible about that. But the cats have a healthy respect of all the vehicles and stay this side of the iron fencing. There's a little concrete step wall that the iron fencing's on, and they don't like the traffic noise, and at times traffic in front of the place gets really noisy. So in health readings, our 9 represents taking good care of your health, reaping the rewards of discipline. Think balanced diet, yoga, Zen practices. Reverse, it could be neglecting your well-being or focusing too much on external appearance rather than overall health. The card in the spirituality read, a time of gratitude and finding spiritual richness in your own life. when you get to the point where you're comfortable, you usually have some time to dive deeper into a passion or even an interest that you have. Reversed in spirituality readings, seeking material validation over inner growth. Personal development readings. You've achieved a level of mastery. It's time to enjoy the rewards.
Can't tell if
But
I have the wind respect to get.
But remember to keep yourself evolving. And reverse in those personal development readings, relying too much on external validation instead of inner fulfillment. Who do you know that keeps really good track of the algorithm and tries to work the system, but he just really hasn't had any success? And then somebody said go on to TikTok, and like if you do 4 short videos, maybe 1 in 4 will have 100,000 views and maybe 50 to 60 subscribers. But I like having the small viewership that's very interested in the subject, rather than somebody who's casual and comes to get a reading every once in a while and really has no interest in learning the tarot subject. Blessings, Fatima. Family readings, when we have our 9 of Pentacles. She didn't go it alone. She's got strong family support, taking pride in what you've created for you and your loved ones. So it is definitely a team family player here. In reverse, in family readings, feeling overburdened by the family obligations and or expectations. So maybe they would have relied on this person to put together the family gatherings, Christmas, Thanksgiving, had to clean the house top to bottom, cook all the stuff, and then send in everybody with a goodie bag to go. So they had leftover turkey sandwiches the next day, or ham. Friendship relations. This person is connected, and they've built their connection on mutual respect and independence. So they allow others to be themselves without being a burden to them. In reverse, one-sided friendships, or maybe being taken advantage of or feeling used. When we get this card in travel and relocation relationships, it's time to splurge on a luxurious trip. It's well deserved. Reversed, postponing travel due to financial or emotional concerns. So that mental health is also appropriate here. And when it comes to decision-making readings, when it's upright, they trust themselves, their instincts are well-tuned, and they know that due to past efforts that have paid off. Reversed, you have to be cautious and wary about decisions rooted in appearance rather than substance. You coming back, Hershey? Oh, okay. So Hershey's having computer programs. She got kicked. Problems as well. She got kicked all the way out. I don't know. We're struggling here. We're not tech oriented. Love readings. That's what we all get.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, not a problem. When it comes to love readings, if you're single, you thrive on your own, and potential partners are drawn to your independence. So they may want to take your independence away by hooking up or latching on to you as their catchmate. In relationships, strong foundations where both partners are self-reliant. Career readings, upright. This is your promotion card. Time to level up. Proof you've earned your success. Reversed, it's a reminder not to overextend yourself or neglect team contributions. So be a person of your word at work and do what you say you're going to do and follow through and keep everybody in the loop. Financial readings, this is a good card to get. Sign of good investments, enjoying the comforts that they bring, being cautious of living beyond the means if it's reversed. So if you see that reverse card, just remember it could indicate that a person is living beyond their means. In family readings, celebrating family milestones or creating a beautiful environment for them to thrive. Reverse, it may indicate pressure from family obligations. Did I do that? I did that already.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm just talking to talk. I didn't even remember what I said.
Well, saying things in repetition sometimes helps us.
Well,
Or writing.
That's why Dr. Seuss was popular. You know, when one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, you know, he added a step and added a step. And so that, I guess that also speaks to the poetic and rap vibe or hip hop, that you got that syncopation going. You've got the same types of words. You've got the same similar sounding words, and it always fits in the signature of the cadence and the rhythm that you're trying to create. When you pair this card with the Empress, over the top luxury and creativity. Think of it as manifesting your dream life. If it's paired with the Hermit, a period of introspection before enjoying the finer things. Take a pause. Now, if you were to picture this lady eating in her vineyard, what's the dish that would be perfect for an afternoon in the vineyard with your glass of wine as Beyonce? A charcuterie board paired with that nice, bold wine. It's got to be red because the grapes are red. It's got to be bold and full flavored. And make sure you have the right wine glass so it can air and breathe. Not that I'm any kind of wine connoisseur. Wine, one glass, my ear turns red to about there. 2 glasses to about there. 3 glasses, the whole head just goes red. So in summary, the Nine of Pentacles reminds us that hard work pays off and you deserve to bask in your achievements. Don't undercut or undersell yourself. Actually revel in your achievements, but don't rub it in other people's faces. Whether it's about financial stability, personal growth, or just celebrating your wins, this card screams, you did it. Now go out and enjoy yourself. So you made it through this troublesome, nearly 40-minute but it was really an hour because of all the technical difficulties I had getting set up. Jeff, do you have any questions or summary comments about this card?
No, I'm glad you went through them because, as I said, I think with the Pentacles, the problem is people read it pretty much as coin, as money, and it's so much more than that. And I also think that the difference between the 10, which could be excess, which you'll touch on next week, versus the 9, which seems a little bit more modest to me. It isn't modest, and I kind of went into it thinking it was more modest than it was, because everything that you said is pretty weighty and important as far as what the 9 has. But there's that fine line between excess and rubbing people's nose in it and having a lot of something and either sharing it or not advertising it. And I think that's what this represents more to me.
Yeah, if you got that abundance and you flaunt it, you're ripe for theft. Whether it be a crime of opportunity, you're wearing your diamonds out. You just might get mugged on the way home. You're flashing cash at the casino, you might get mugged on the way back to your car.
Would you see that more as a 9 reversed or a 10 reversed?
A reversed, yeah, the 9. The 10 reversed is it may take generations to gain your financial success, and then one generation of spendthrifts could ruin it if you don't set up trusts or measures to dole it out accordingly. Make it last, and do things. Until recently, I didn't know the Nobel Prize was made by, funded by dynamite. The Nobel was inventor of the dynamite, and so he used its success as a building thing and a destruction also to promote sciences and arts and poetry. There's a Nobel laureate and poet laureate and all those things. So I think there's 5 or 6 major prizes awarded every year, and you got to be up at the butt crack of dawn to answer your telephone, because you never know when Oslo is going to call, Jeff.
Yeah, they're just banging down my door. What are you talking about calling? They're already coming.
If not this year, there's always next
year. My Nobel Peace Prize is coming.
The Peace Prize is in the mail?
It's in the mail because I didn't go.
And as if you're reading this card, it is to be timely and check your mail, because some things have deadlines that have reward for doing things early. Like book your cruise on a cruise, they automatically give you up to $250 off. I did not do that. I didn't have an extra couple hundred to hold a cruise. So we'll put it in the budget and we'll go somewhere else maybe next time. But it was a miracle that Hershey got me off the ship this time, because of cruise number 5, and this is the first time I've ever been off a ship. So, and we got off in 3 ports: Key West, Freeport, and Nassau. I let them have their sand and their beach, and there's too much sunshine. I don't need any more sunshine. Look how how pale my skin is compared to Jeff's.
Yeah.
Jeff's got that healthy glow.
I don't think so. I'm white as a ghost by what I can see right now.
You don't have any worries about skin cancer. I, on the other hand.
Yeah, but you probably learn to tan over time. You know what I mean? They say that if you do that in measure, it works for some people. You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to just going out and burning yourself, which is what I do.
Yeah, I definitely start early season with 5-10 minute visits out to where it's bright and sunshiny before sitting out for an hour or two session all at once, because I can burn too, and it's so easy on a cruise. People came back from that island, and they would walk by you and you could just feel the heat radiating off that red body that they got burnt. Oh, Hershey, I'm so sorry. Jeff, anything you want to promote for your channel, or go ahead and promote your books again?
Yeah, the links are below, you guys. If you don't, and I can appreciate it, it's hard to twist someone's arm where poetry's concerned. But I really like the two books as far as the actual rendering of the spoken word through the two audiobooks. So, there's those two. And of course, the third that I'm thinking of, as I've said, remember when I was talking about Substack, and then now we've had all this talk about people fleeing and going into Substack and thinking they're not going to be seen behind a paywall and all this other stuff. So I'm still looking at that maybe. But
I don't get into a lot of controversy.
I'm aching to get. Yeah, Care Bear and I have a show coming up at 9 next Saturday. I am also on a panel with Roots and Waves Ange for a show that's not until December 18th, I believe. But that's in the works.
Planning early.
Oh, yeah, it's about YouTube ethics in reading and things like that. And some of it is traceable to where we are now with the political climate, I think. But I'm not really sure what the whole ball of wax is going to be, but I can't wait to see. But other than that, yeah, that's what I got. And I can't wait to read with Care Bear again during the Dream Show, because I had fun with Allie on Allie's channel with Terry at Holding Your Space. And
was that the Dream program?
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I found that I didn't think I could actually read on other people's dreams, because I don't have many of my own. And it can be a tough thing to read on, because you have to look at the energy of the question that they're asking about the dream in addition to what the dream's about. And it's kind of like a psychology lesson. And if you can channel, and then you can put in maybe what you understand about contemporary iconography and some of those things and what they mean, you can really have fun with those dream shows. And I they're like my new favorite show now to do. So that's why I'm excited for Care Bear and me.
And I think you indicated that you were available Tuesday night for tarot pairs at 7 your time.
Yes.
I have picked out 4 stories. If you'll stick around and give me your 4 cards, and I will shuffle my deck and give you my 4 cards, and I'll send you the links to the stories. I'll also post the links to the stories on my community page, so you can read about a mouse infestation, a East Coast ASPCA had over 1,000 mice surrendered from a laboratory, and as soon as they got them, more mice were born because they only have a 20-day gestation period, and they mature in like 7 weeks. So 49 days they're mature, and every 20 days they can produce another litter. So one if you see one mouse, there's probably 100 more.
This will be interesting then.
Yeah, so that's one of the 4 stories that I picked out. They're all from the AP. I will post links on my community page, and anybody can read all of the stories and then ask us the question while we read on the 4 tarot permutations for each of the stories with the 2 cards, the card Jeff selects and the card I select. Mine will definitely be random because I don't deal with mice very often, other than when Andy brings a rat half as big as himself home and drops it in the kitchen. And then until the rat is dispatched of it, I mean, he's already dispatched, but we have to get it out of the house. And I'm the token man of the family, so I get to take care of the trash. So thank you everyone for being with us and blessing us with your presence. And Andy's second favorite thing is getting the little anole chameleons and terrorizing them till their tails fall off, and it just breaks Hershey's heart to have a little one played with by the nature of a feline. So thank you all. Thank you, Jeff. Stick around to get those cards set in motion. Join us again next week. 10 of Pentacles, the family or generational wealth card. So if you're born into that, you don't need to come, or you don't need to rub it into anybody else's face. Just be a good steward of it and take care of your family. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Go out and make it a great day. Bye.
Bye, everyone.